Welcome, everyone. We are here on a Thursday night. Thursday night football just finished up. The Indianapolis Colts won over the Denver Broncos. So, we're going to get into our top 10 teams so far, a quarter of the way through the season, going into week 5. So, at number 10 of my NFL Power Rankings through week 4, I have the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. At number 9, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. At number 8, I have the Baltimore Ravens. At number 7, I have the Green Bay Packers. And at number 6, I have the San Francisco 49ers.
At number 10, I have the New York Football Giants. At number 9, I have the Minnesota Vikings.
I like that.
At number 8, I have Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh.
Number 7, I have Cincinnati Bengals. And number 6, I have Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Not bad.
What I got for number 10 are the New York Giants. Number 9, I have the LA Chargers. Number 8, I have the Cleveland Browns. Number 7, I have the Minnesota Vikings. And for number 6, I have the 49ers. So, I want to say the Packers, I don't even think they're anywhere near this list.
Really?
I don't think they are.
Oh my gosh.
I left them out without a doubt. Actually, I didn't really even think of that name.
See, I left them on. I get it. They don't have any receivers besides Romeo Doubs and Alan Lazard.
The defense surprised me, though, this year.
They're still winning games somehow.
What's that?
They're still winning games somehow. Like they're winning bad games that they probably shouldn't. I feel like them and the Vikings are almost like the same exact team. In a way.
I don't know. I feel like the Vikings have more balance. There's more balance and consistency with the Vikings. This primetime Kirk is not. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see where you get
can all agree that primetime Kirk is not a thing.
Well, depends on if he's playing a good team or not. The hard part is anytime they're playing primetime games, it's always against a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Philadelphia, that's why when they put him against teams like Philadelphia, that's why he gets the primetime Kirk. But if you look back to like last season and they're playing the Bears on Monday night, he destroyed the Bears. Well, actually, he didn't play very well, but I do think it's kind of interesting that both of you have the Giants in your top 10.
I think they, as a whole team, I think they've shown tremendous growth from last season. But, I mean, there's still work to be done. There's still games to be played. You never know. But that's why we have weekly power rankings.
The reasoning for me not putting the Giants into the top 10 yet, so like last week, obviously they played the Bears. If they would have smoked the Bears at home, top 10 team. But they didn't. They held it close.
That was in New York?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this week they're obviously in London against Green Bay. If they come out and just destroy the Packers, then, or not destroy them, if they beat Green Bay by any margin at all in London, I think they're a top 10 team.
Well, interesting thing is I thought, like, thinking about it, I'm like, oh, Packers are going to destroy them. But I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to be as distant as we thought because they almost lost to the Patriots at home.
I mean, I'm really high on the Giants, of course. And I don't know. I thought the Packers would smoke them, but second guessing myself, no, I think it'll be a pretty close game.
I don't like watching the Packers. I get bored. It's the same as watching the Steelers and the Browns. I get very bored watching them. I do like that. Which one was you? Or was it Riley who had Jacksonville?
Yeah. I'm at number 8, right?
So I actually have Jacksonville close. I have him at 12 right now.
Yeah.
But
that's where I have Jacksonville too. Is at 12.
I could have them possibly at 11. I just need to see a matchup. I need to see a game. And
Well,
who I have at the 11th spot is the Bengals.
I mean, they almost beat Philly. Yeah,
They
it
what?
was in
Yeah.
Philly, and it was raining, and they lost the ball. They had 5 turnovers, and they somehow lost by 8. Was it?
Yeah. It's
So if
29-21.
you eliminate,
Wasn't the stat line like we were like, wow, how were they even this close?
If
Yeah,
you looked at the box score, Jacksonville should have lost that game by like 3
Mhm.
touchdowns at least.
if
Right.
you eliminate half those turnovers, I think they win that game, and then they
Definitely.
they boot off the undefeated team in the NFL. So I mean, you could arguably even move them up on my list.
Mm-hmm.
They're close.
Yeah, they're having a breaking point soon.
Before
right.
before
go
I get too far down a rabbit hole with this, just real quick, where do you guys have Dallas?
20.
20?
Yeah, I'd say probably inside my 20.
I have them on the
Let's
outside
just put it
looking
this
into
way.
the
I have
top
the
10.
Raiders ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
I have the Raiders
I would too.
Cowboys.
I would too, honestly.
I put Dallas at 11 because I think they're a much better team with Cooper Rush. I
Okay, I understand that.
I respect it. Yeah.
I think Dallas might actually beat Los Angeles this week, but I guess we'll see.
It's possible.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Rams don't look that good, but
Yeah, I left the Rams off my list too. Just not impressive.
So far.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to top 5.
Top 5 from me. Number 5, the hometown team, Minnesota Vikings. They are the number 2 seed right now in the NFC. And according to this, that's where they would be, is the number 2 seed. Number 4, I got the Miami Dolphins.
I like it.
I don't think that they're a fluky team. I think that they've had some fluky things kind of happen so far.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you still have to be a good team for those fluky things to go your way. So then at number 3, Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
Number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh my
And
gosh.
number 1, you can guess it, Buffalo Bills.
Okay, I actually called Connor having the Eagles at 2. I don't know why. In my head, I somehow knew that he was going to have the Eagles at 2. I don't know why. I think it was just a guess.
I don't like the Philly fans, but man, they know how to put a team together.
Yep.
So I have 49ers at 5, Eagles at 4.
Ooh.
I have the
Okay.
Ravens at 3.
Okay.
And then it's Bills and Chiefs.
Not bad. Not bad. Mine's like yours, but mixed up.
Yeah.
I think all of ours is pretty much the same, except for Connor has the Vikings.
Connor, where'd you put the Ravens?
I believe I had them at 8, and the reason being is
The defense.
Yeah, so they had 2 leads that they blew late in the game. If they win both those games, they're actually going to be my number 1 team because now we've seen that Miami is just unstoppable. And
Yeah.
Buffalo, well, we know that they have the best roster in the NFL pretty much. So I think if Baltimore wins at least one of those games, they're in the top 5 for me.
Well, I'm glad you made those points because I'm about to list my top 5, and you pretty much backed me up on these standings. So I had the Eagles at 5. I had the Kansas City Chiefs at 4. Same as Riley. I have the Ravens at 3. I have the Bills at 2. And then I have the Dolphins at 1.
Ooh.
So
I know it's hard to think and take in, but I actually think the Dolphins are the best team in the league, whether they have Teddy Bridgewater under center or Tua.
So I want to say why I put the 49ers above the Dolphins. I think Connor put the same as Braden. They were below.
Okay.
I feel like Kyle Shanahan would outcoach Mike McDaniel if they played.
That's a valid point.
Since he's new. So that's why I have them up over Dolphins.
Okay. No, I understand that. I don't know. I just feel like the 49ers defense can't keep up with the Miami Dolphins offense.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, yeah.
But whatever. Okay, now should we move on to the pick'ems, or do you guys have anything else you want to discuss?
Well, let's get into the games, man.
All right, awesome.
Next week there will be less games for us to cover because 4 teams will be on a bye, so 2 less games.
Unfortunate.
But as of right now, the first matchup that we'll be discussing, both teams 3-1. This game will be played in London on Sunday morning. New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Okay, so I'm going to say Green Bay wins this game.
Okay.
I think it's going to be close. Now, I predicted that the Packers would just blow the doors off the Patriots, and that didn't happen. So that's why I'm kind of thinking that this game's going to be close. Yeah, so I think this game is probably, I'm going to say a 27-20 game.
Okay.
Or 27-21 is what I'm going with.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say that be my score prediction too. I think Green Bay will have the edge over them. I want to take New York so bad, but I'm gonna take Green Bay for the safety.
I'm agreeing with both of you. I think this is going to be a close, tight game, and it's going to be very enjoyable. I do think there's more Giants fans in the UK, so they might have an upper advantage.
This is Green Bay's first.
What's up?
This is Green Bay's first ever game in London.
Really?
Yeah, they're the last team to
They're the
play.
last team. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I feel like I see a lot of Green Bay fans there too, which is surprising.
Yeah, possibly. I'm just assuming because they're on the coast.
Yeah.
And they're
Fun
close.
fact, I was in Milwaukee this last weekend, and I met a couple Packer fans from Germany.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice guys.
Cool guys. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
they're all right.
Love to see it. So I want to bring back a point real quick. I
Okay.
want to see, because obviously the Vikings took a different route
Right.
on not being jet lagged.
Okay.
I want to look into this more. I might change my pick to the Giants depending on how they handle the jet lag.
Riley, I completely agree with you, but I will take Green Bay with by a touchdown. I'll take them by a touchdown. I'm going to take them 35-28.
I'm gonna do Connor's prediction.
Okay.
For the score.
You guys match. I'll do 35-28. Green Bay wins.
This next game, I don't think we have to break it down too much. I think it's probably going to be massacre. The 1-3 Pittsburgh Steelers at the 3-1 Buffalo Bills. This is Kenny Pickett's first start. He didn't look awful last week. All 3 of his interceptions were kind of fluky, but
his only not technically incompletions.
His only passes that weren't caught by his team.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, there's not any way that the Steelers win this game, right? I mean, even if Josh Allen turns an ankle and Case Keenum has to come in,
we'll see.
There's no way that Pittsburgh wins this game, in my opinion.
Go ahead, Riley. I'm gonna wait for you.
So, I think if Case Keenum were to come in, he reestablishes connection with Stephon Diggs. But I think this game will be so bad we might get to see more of Buffalo's run game. They might try some new things, get some looks at the rookie James Cook.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what the line is for this game because it's got to be a lot, right?
Yes, but you could look at it multiple different ways. I'm being optimistic here, and I actually think this will be a contested game.
Really?
And I think I want to wait and see what the weather's like, because history's shown that Buffalo does not play well in bad weather conditions. And the Steelers will play through anything. That's just the type of mentality that program has. And also, this will be Kenny Pickett's first start. And, I mean, honestly, I don't think he played that bad for just getting thrown in the game.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to make a pick here, but I think it's going to be contested.
So
And
depending,
I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers somehow win it.
To the looks of it, it's supposed to be partly cloudy and 58 on Sunday in Buffalo.
so the spread on this game, depending on which sports book you're looking at, DraftKings has them at a 14.5-point favorite for Buffalo, and the rest have them as 14-point favorites.
Okay.
I think Buffalo covers that spread. So,
I don't
in
know.
other words,
I'm not scared to take the under on this game.
I think it'll be 14 points or more that Buffalo wins. Browns, Chargers, 2-2 each. They're in Cleveland.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. This is gonna be a fun game to watch. I know I hate watching the Browns, but I think these are two evenly matched teams, not because of their record, but just because of how they've been performing and underperforming and overperforming. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two teams. So, I'm gonna say it is another close game, but I'm gonna take. I'm gonna bite the bullet on this. I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns on this.
Give me everything Braden said, even the tough decision. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Oh,
I know we all said the Texans would win last week. And the reason we did say is because the Texans beat them last year, and it was relatively close. So,
Okay.
but yeah.
This game last year was played, right? And it was 48-45 Los Angeles, if I remember, right?
Oh, I think I remember that now.
That was a wild game. It came down to like the last 30 seconds. I'm going to take Cleveland.
Okay.
Quite honestly, I don't think the Chargers are that good. I shouldn't say that they're not good. I think they got a good roster. I think Brandon Staley's holding them back.
I think they're having a fluke right now.
That could be. I mean, they just don't look that good.
It's crazy when you go through the roster. You'd think they'd be undefeated.
Yeah, they got superstars at pretty much every position, which just doesn't make any sense. They got like all-pro caliber corners and safeties and defensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird. But yeah, I'm going with the Browns.
All right, moving on. We got Houston and Jacksonville. Connor, you start.
Jacksonville. I don't think it's going to be that close. I think Jacksonville wins by at least double digits. If this wasn't a divisional game, I'd say Jacksonville wins by even more. But I think it's probably going to be like 13, 14-point win for Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Jacksonville by 14.
I'm taking Houston.
Oh man.
I'm saying they get the win here.
Yeah, to do it.
Hey, yeah. watch. It's gonna come Monday or Tuesday, whenever we record next, and we're gonna be winning that game. So,
what's gonna be
the winners of that game?
What's gonna be Houston's edge in this game? Is Dameon Pierce gonna have another pop-off game?
I think it's gonna be grit and Davis Dimes. Davis Dimes throwing rockets, absolute rockets all over the field.
All right.
Scam. Somehow, some way.
The spread on this game is Jaguars by 7. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The over-under is 43.5. I would be inclined to take the under.
I don't sound very confident.
I'm taking the under.
Okay, would you rather take Buffalo over Steelers or the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Houston Texans?
I'd pick the Bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jacksonville still has a really good shot.
All right. Next game, we got Chicago and Minnesota. Can't wait to watch this. Be a very fun game to tune into.
This will be interesting. Chicago kind of played tough with the Giants for a while at least.
It seems like Chicago always plays Minnesota tough too.
Yeah, that's my other thing is it always seems like whenever the Vikings and the Bears play, it's always a close game. Sometimes it can be a trap game for the Vikings. So yeah, I'm going to take the Vikings, but I think it's going to be close.
I'm going to take the Vikings, and I'm going to take them by 14. I think both sides having a new coach will make it be decided by less points, and these teams won't play that close together anymore.
I think this is a dog walk for the Minnesota Vikings. I think they just steamroll them right into the end zone every single drive.
Perfect game, like the Bills.
Not necessarily. I'm sure they'll have a couple flukes in their game plan, but who doesn't?
The thing that concerns me the most about this is the Vikings coming off a weird travel week. So
I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
I think they'll still win, but I think it might be another ugly game.
Like, who could you rather the Vikings play on their schedule coming off playing from another country? I don't think there's anyone else you'd rather them play than the Bears.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, on their schedule, the Bears. Otherwise, I'd say the Texans, but Texans aren't on their schedule. All right. Lions 1-3, Patriots 1-3. This game is in New England. Last I checked, Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre Swift did not practice today. So two of their key offensive players didn't practice. I'm going to take New England in this one.
What's the over-under on this?
Do you know? Oh, boy. Let's see. Over-under is 45.5.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Mac Jones was limited.
Okay.
So this game is 45.5. Patriots are 3-point favorites at home.
Yeah.
The Patriots are?
What's that?
The Patriots are?
Yeah, they're 3-point favorites.
Okay.
After seeing,
I agree with that.
I guess I'll stick with my pick and take New England.
Me too.
Both New England. I'm gonna go with New England as well.
Detroit's defense is really bad, but their offense is really good. But then again, they're missing key offensive players. I don't know who Jared Goff is going to throw to otherwise. TJ Hawkinson.
I take it back. I'm going to take the Lions on this one.
Josh Reynolds still throw to.
I guess they got DJ Chark and TJ Hawkinson too.
And I'm taking the Lions by 2 scores. 2-score game.
Wow. So this next game, this one might be the hardest of the week for me to pick. Seattle 2-2, New Orleans 1-3. This game is in New Orleans. Seahawks won a shootout last week with the Lions. Saints played it close with the Vikings. I'm gonna take Seattle to win. Saints are 5.5-point favorites at home. I think regardless of whether Seattle wins or not, I'm pretty sure they're going to cover that spread. And the over-under is 46.5. That feels like they could go under.
I'm going to take the Saints because it's at home. That's my deciding factor.
Is Jameis back or no?
I believe so.
I'd have to check the injury report.
I would imagine he is.
Is that your deciding factor, Braden?
No, I'm just curious. But when I think about it, I'm going to take Seattle.
Jameis Winston Michael Thomas are both DNPs. At least Jarvis Landry and Alvin Kamara are limited.
Yeah.
So there's probably 50-50 shot that they play.
Yeah, I'm going to take Seattle.
I think this next game will actually be entertaining.
Yeah.
So Dolphins 3-1 at the 2-2 New York Jets. This game is harder to pick than I thought it was going to be. Because now it's a Teddy Bridgewater-led Miami team.
Right. This game will tell a lot.
The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is how does Sauce Gardner handle this game? Because Sauce Gardner has been incredible so far for the Jets.
I think we'll see more of him.
I think the Jets defense locks him up.
Yeah.
I think this is the type of I'm almost certain that Miami's game plan is going to be find out where Sauce Gardner is on the field and try to put him in a blender. I mean, that's what they're probably going to try to go at him. Probably put a lot of Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the same side and try to figure out which side Gardner's going to be on. And whichever guy he takes, throw to the opposite one. So, I mean, that's how I'd game plan for this. But that'll be a fun matchup to watch.
Yeah. As much as I feel like the Jets, like this would be an awesome win for the Jets, I'm going to take the Dolphins.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to be the odd one out here and take the Jets.
And I don't blame you because I think it will be a 3-point game.
I think the Jets are fairly good. Reason I didn't have them in my power rankings is because we don't really. It was the first week that Zach Wilson was back, so we just need to see a little more.
They still need to be identified.
The spread on this game is pretty low too. Dolphins 3.5.
All right. Next game we're gonna skip because we all know that Tampa Bay is gonna win it.
Actually.
Oh gosh.
Why?
There seems to be one on every game.
No, I am dead serious. I think the Falcons might actually win this game.
Okay. No.
Look what the Falcons did to the Rams. They almost beat the Rams. They went into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. Seattle's a tough place to play.
I could see that happen, and here's why. Is because Tampa is awful against tight ends, so maybe this will force them to use Kyle Pitts for once.
You think this is the game he goes off this year?
It could be. Tampa's not very good. Huh?
Is it even? Nope, it's a noon game.
At Tampa.
Riley's just a Kyle Pitts stan, and I love it.
I don't know. You can keep your 3 points every week, Riley. I'm just going to stick with Tampa.
I just think this would have to be the game they would have to use him because Tampa very much struggles against the tight end.
All right.
I'm taking Atlanta.
Okay.
I'm taking Tampa, of course.
Okay.
Titans at Commanders. Titans 2-2, Commanders 1-3.
This is probably my least favorite matchup of the week.
Yeah.
This smells like a very boring game.
Give me Tennessee.
I'm not even gonna put a score on this, but I think this is a Commander win.
I do think the Commanders win it. They need something to bounce back. Carson Wentz is awful, but I think if he doesn't show anything this game, time to sit him on the bench.
Right.
It'll be Taylor Heineke time again, probably.
No, you're forgetting Sam Howell.
I think Heineke's still above him on the depth chart, though.
Oh, is he?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm not a Commander fan, so I don't really. All right.
49ers at Panthers. 49ers are 2-2. Panthers are 1-3. I don't think that this is a trap game at all for San Francisco. I think Baker Mayfield is just a complete clown. And until he proves any different to me, I think that the entire season for Carolina is a train wreck and that 49ers walk away with this game easily.
Did you guys see the interview of Mayfield talking to the press?
What is that?
No, I didn't, but I heard about it.
They're like, is there any different training exercises you can do? And he's like, if you have any, let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna take San Francisco.
I'm like, what's he supposed to say? But gosh,
I'm just kidding. I think it's gonna be by 10
a lot.
or 14 points.
For the record, San Francisco's only 6.5-point favorites on this. I'm taking San Francisco to cover on this one. I don't think there's any shot that Carolina covers that spread, but
Good.
This next game should be fun because I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
The Battle of the Birds.
4-0 Eagles going into Glendale against the 2-2 Cardinals.
I feel like this is gonna be one of those last-minute games where you're sitting down ready for Sunday Night Football and you're waiting for this game to end so you can start the 7:20 p.m. game, Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and it's gonna be probably a Kyler Murray scramble TD. So I'm gonna take Arizona at home.
Let's get it. Arizona at home. I think this is a game where the Eagles finally slip up. You know, there's going to be a lot of people out there who say, "Oh, this is going to be it when the Eagles slip up." Thing is it's inevitable. Eagles have to lose at some point. They're not going 17-0. So, I think this is the day where the Eagles might be off a little bit, and the Cardinals win this game.
I do believe when we had the conversation about who on the Eagles schedule do you think they would lose to, and I think this was one of the two games, one or two or three games that we agreed that this would be the week that they lose.
That is correct.
Yeah, I think they'll have a little slip up here and just lose by a little.
We could all have the egg on our face in a week, but I don't know if it'll be that bad.
It's a respectable take if you listen to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's respectable because they have to lose to someone, and Arizona feels like the perfect team for them to slip up against.
Yeah.
No, I'm not like I could totally see the Eagles going 17-0. I'm not even kidding you, but I mean if they're to lose a game, I think it's this one.
I think the Cardinals on offense, they do well what the Eagles defend well. Or what they do well at what the Eagles aren't as good at. So Eagles, they're really good at rushing the passer. They're a good run stuffing team. But I don't think they have as easy of a time with defending quarterbacks who can just run around a little bit. I mean, sure, if you stand in the pocket like a statue, they're going to rush the passer and they'll get to you. But if you got somebody like Kyler Murray who's going to be able to maybe put a defender on skates, that'd be fun to see.
Good take, Connor. All right, let's move on.
Only 3 games to go here. Cowboys 3-1 at the Rams, who are 2-2. I already kind of discussed this. I'm taking Dallas.
I just gotta say this. I can't believe Dallas is 3-1.
I know. Man. I pronounced them dead after week 1.
And somehow, I think they're gonna pull it off.
Me too.
And I think it's going to be 7 or 10 point game, somewhere around there. So I'm taking Dallas.
Right now, Dallas is on a magic carpet ride led by Cooper Rush, and I don't think that magic carpet ride stops yet. So, yeah, Dallas. I think Dallas wins this one, even though it's in Los Angeles.
Okay, prime time Sunday Night Football. 7:20 p.m. we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. I really, really wish the Bengals would wear all white and the Ravens would wear all black.
The Ravens are wearing black this game.
But if the Bengals did wear all white,
Yeah,
this would be the most electric game
that'd be
of the
cool.
season. But I'm going to take the Bengals, and I think they're going to somehow pull it off.
I'm gonna take the Ravens by a mile.
I think this one's going to be really close. I think it has the potential for game-winning drive by one of the two quarterbacks. I think that Lamar Jackson exposes that secondary and a linebacking core that still isn't the greatest. So I'm going to say Baltimore wins this game. I think it's probably by less than 7.
Monday Night Football, Las Vegas at Kansas City. I'm going to make a prediction that both of you think Kansas City is going to win this. Maybe not really.
I think Kansas City wins this game pretty handily.
This is actually the most. I'm looking forward to this Monday Night Football game the most. This is the best one on the schedule for me.
So you know how I get bored of watching the AFC North? The Browns and the Steelers. Or the Browns and the Bengals.
I do too, but I actually really enjoy watching the Ravens for some reason.
Well, that's because they're electrifying.
Yeah.
But their offense is electrifying.
Until they blow the game. Different topic.
But no, I actually enjoy watching the AFC West, and I think it's a very competitive conference. And I think this game will be close. But I think Kansas City wins it at home.
I can see that. You remember last game when they played, or last year they played, I think it was Sunday Night Football, they played and Zay Jones threw it behind him.
Yeah.
And just threw it to the Chiefs player. That was so funny.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City wins this game by 10.
I can see it being a close game.
If it wasn't, this is one of those games where you say if it wasn't a divisional game, it would get out of hand really quick.
Yeah.
All right. So we wrap it up with a big announcement, or not a big announcement, but some big news that was just dropped.
What was it?
FanDuel Sportsbook posts on Twitter. One bettor placed $88,000 on Nyheim Hines to score the first TD in tonight's Broncos versus Colts game.
How much?
$88,000.
That's how much was placed on it?
Yeah, for him to score the first touchdown. And
he's not in the game.
I would have taken this within a heartbeat, but the potential payout, listen to this, the potential payout was $975,000. Nearly $1 million. And he ended up getting hurt. I think it was within the first or second quarter. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was out for the game.
It was, you know what? I don't blame him, but that much money, I can never bet that much money.
What's more impressive, that somebody placed that kind of bet, or that they had that much money, or that...
You mean that much money to just
Yeah.
throw out there? And
What's more impressive, that they placed that kind of bet, like that they placed that much money, or that they had that much money to actually bet?
I don't know. Honestly, I think it's impressive that you have the guts to even do that. So, congrats, dude. You lost $88,000. Anyway, this has been the BCR podcast. Bignano. See ya.